We are just a few miles south of the Arctic Circle, and we're on the way to a 365-day-a-year Santa Claus Village. And it's apparently actually kind of tricky to get there. It's like right next to the town. We're in Rovaniemi, Finland, and there's only a bus like once every hour, and it's kind of confusing where they leave or how to do it. So we think we're going to the right place. But this place is actually really interesting. The Arctic Circle goes right through it, so we're going to get a chance to cross over the Arctic Circle. I think Mom's really excited. Yeah, Santa Claus Village.
Well, the Arctic Circle is the best part.
Yeah. So, neither of us have been this far north, no. So it's really exciting. And this is July, so we have Christmas in July. Rovaniemi, it's a town of about 63,000 people, and it's actually really big for something this far north of the Arctic Circle. So there are some bigger cities, for example, Murmansk, which is in Russia, used to be part of Finland. Norilsk, for example, is also quite large. That's also, Siberia. And this is downtown Rovaniemi on a Sunday. So some people walking around, but relatively empty. Another peculiarity of Rovaniemi is there are Chinese restaurants everywhere. So if that's something you like, it's absolutely not hard to find a way to eat like this, or if you prefer to eat reindeer, that's an option too. We're going to look for some reindeer to pet at the Santa Village though. So Mom definitely is hesitant about eating reindeer.
Yeah, I am, but I do want to pet them.
Oh, they'll be cute. It's a good sign there's some other people at the bus stop, because we really weren't quite sure what we're doing was right. And we're around here. There's a very, very small downtown area, and the bus is taking us up here to the Arctic Circle around where the Santa Claus Village is, and the airport's just a little bit north that way. And the bus is supposed to be numbered 8, but nowhere do they actually have it there. I'm not sure what happens with the price, but this is actually way more expensive than we were told. That this is $7.20 each, so it might be a variable rate. And just to go a few kilometers, that's pretty crazy. So the bus drops you off the little side of the road right here, and it was, I think, something like 10-minute ride, once again for €7.40. So the actual Santa Claus Village is right here. I think we got to go this way to see some more stuff. And there's no admission here, but I'm sure there's going to be, every little thing you want to do is going to cost some money. So we have 5 goals here in no particular order. So we want to cross the Arctic Circle. We want to meet Santa. We want to pet reindeer. We want to find gifts for friends, and that's actually going to probably be the easiest things because there's tons of gift shops. And we want to mail postcards because you can send all these cool things directly from the North Pole from Santa to people. We're now in the fairly empty main square of the Santa Claus Village, which seems to blast, hopefully, copyright-free music. I couldn't identify the song with Soundhound, so I'm really hoping. It's an issue you always had to be careful with when you're posting things on YouTube. So the most important thing, actually, more than the Santa stuff, I think, is...
I can't wait. Can I go there now?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah, you can cross the Arctic Circle.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually is this excited. Oh. Okay, there.
Crossed.
So you are north of the Arctic Circle.
And
south at the same time. And you can actually pay to get a certificate here that you crossed it.
Oh,
so all kinds of various restaurants here. There's a 3 Elves restaurant and hotel. Christmas House Meet Santa, the official Santa Claus of the Arctic Circle. So let's go in here and see if we can find Santa. Is that Santa? Seems like we're entering a gift store on the way to meet Santa, of course. And I think we'll do all the gift stuff later because there's a ton of places you can buy things, and we don't want to carry them around. It's nice to meet you.
My mother always called me Yolubaka.
Yolubaka.
But not Yolubaka. No, I always use that.
Selfie time with Santa.
You want to get in the selfie too?
Yeah, we'll also get in the selfie. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll do the call. So.
There we go.
We developed the photo already, so How does it look? Oh, and I'm doing a pretty good job hiding my camera. My Osmo Pocket that I'm doing all the filming with the vlog on. It's pretty good. Before we leave the Santa area, I wanted to show something that I think is really cool because I like Legos. That's something I never stopped liking is Legos. It's got a big Lego Santa. Santa's elves selling the tickets for the picture. After getting to meet Santa, I think this is the right time to explain something. So here we have Santa Claus office, and we were in Santa Claus house, and each of them has a Santa. Now, the real explanation is that there's multiple different companies operating here, and for this company there's a Santa, and the other one there is. Maybe there's even a third Santa. I honestly have no idea, and I wouldn't be surprised. But my guess is just due to location, there might be more people here, so maybe the easier one to get to would be that one over there. Mom was watching all these other vlogs of people going to this place because she watches nonstop travel content. And me making my own stuff, I actually get really tired because I'm just analyzing this stuff always and I don't enjoy it anymore like I used to. But she said there's some vloggers that went here and they weren't able to take pictures with Santa, and then some others were. So for sure, they don't let you take any pictures unless you pay the 30 euros for the photo. Then you can do whatever you want. You can video call. You can bring out your little mini gimbal camera sort of thing and vlog it if you want. So maybe the other Santa's different. I'm not really sure how that works exactly. So something just kind of take into account beforehand. This is one of these places everyone's taking photos of everything, and it's one of the advantages of vlogging in like a super touristic sort of place is that you don't really feel it's too strange if you're talking to a camera. And if you go to, I don't know, some weird former Soviet neighborhood or some other just wacky place where everyone's suspicious, then it's kind of weird if you're walking around with a camera, like when we're in Tondi in Estonia. Looking for the Rock of Tondi. So this is the Santa Claus Reindeer Village. And I understand it's 5 euros per person to get in, and you get to like play with and pet the reindeer. I think there's something like a reindeer ride. I know I weigh 110 kilos, so maybe it's not for me. And depends how big they are. Opening hours 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I guess we'll get the tickets over here. Thank you.
When they eat, they grab and pull. So hold tight. No need to worry about fingers. The vegetarians, they don't want to bite you.
Okay.
You can touch them on the shoulders and on the back, but not on the head.
Okay.
Okay, let's go inside.
Thank you. Excited?
Yes.
Reindeer?
Yeah. Just go. No, don't lift up. Just walk. Just walk. Just walk.
Hold tight, because they definitely are pulling.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute. So have you pulled Santa's sleigh before? Oh, there's another baby. There's a baby. You want some leaves? Okay, baby's interested, at least a little bit. That's a baby reindeer. Guess they're shedding for summer. Hey, you're a big one. You're supposed to pet here. Going for the food, of course. More interested in food than being petted. Or maybe when he's being distracted. Okay, yeah, you pet the reindeer when it's distracted by food. All right. So sure Santa would approve. Poro is reindeer in Finnish. We have poro kebab, 14 euros. Poro whatever that is, and poro burger, 18 euros. So does he approve of this, or this renegade elf running this? Well, we gotta find a few gifts. So there's just tons and tons of shopping. I would say that's the main thing in this place is shopping. So we're walking around this area with all these shops, and maybe you need to go use the bathroom. And this is a little crazy to me. So there's even like instructions because it's so complicated. You need to call some number or read some QR code. Some buzzer will go in and you get something on the mobile service. But the problem is like they're still charging you €1.25. You're a paying customer here, so at least to my American sensibilities, if you're here and spending money, you should be able to use the bathroom. So maybe the Santa Village is one of the kind of sort of a pea in the bushes sort of place. I'll let you make that decision. It's reindeer with a calf, like a bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
It says made of reindeer antler. Here it says that they fall out every year and regrow. So that thing you got, that was a symbol of the Sami people, the Laplanders.
One of the Sami symbols is looks like an ancient type of symbol to me.
I see. So they're like northern Finland and Russia, some too. And
Yeah, Norway, Sweden.
I see.
Up in the north.
And your favorite thing over here?
Oh no.
Reindeer meat, Rentierfleisch. Rentierfleisch, I think probably in German, I guess. Reindeer dropping salmiakki. So you want?
Really?
Yeah, Mom loves salmiakki.
No.
Yeah, see right here. Made in Finland. So is that made of both reindeer droppings and salmiakki?
I guess.
It's this Finnish thing with black licorice and salt, and we don't even like the black licorice, so the salty thing and the combination with the poo is a little tough to swallow. A lot of shops sell different stuff. I mean, it's a lot of the same type of stuff, but maybe these hats will be different than the hats at another shop, and it's also not like the cheap Chinese stuff for the most part.
Right, there's a lot of local stuff. It's kind of Christmas shopping heaven in
Yeah.
this place.
Yeah.
I could drop a lot of money here.
Oh, very easily, yeah.
Ah,
You could live by one of the resorts next here and go shopping every single day in one of the many shops.
and buy an extra suitcase to take it all home with.
Yeah, looks kind of fun for the kids, or maybe even me if no one would yell at me for going down this slide. Shopping is making us hungry, so we're gonna get just something around here. And not the reindeer super kebab, but you're gonna get a normal burger, you said?
I'm gonna get a normal burger, but Finnish coffee.
Oh, and Finnish coffee, yeah. And I've never had a salmon burger. I'm gonna have that and see how I like it. Mom with her Finnish coffee while we're waiting for the burgers to come out. And free candy from an official Finnish candy company, Carl Fraser. Oh yeah, she's like, mine.
Mine.
Actually, a little important detail was just pointed out, there's no handle on the coffee cup. So that is something a little strange.
Yeah. It's fine, it's not hot.
Because what happens, there's a big space between this. I don't know if it's going to be visible.
Oh,
here.
yeah, I can see.
But there's some insulation, so.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't feel hot.
Yeah. Mom has her normal burger. How is it? Free water, which is nice. So we'll see what my first impression is of the salmon burger. It's okay, nothing bad, nothing special. It has a salmon-y taste, of course. And I'm used to just salmon, salmon fillet, not with the breaded stuff around it. So that's what's a little different to me. I'd rather have like a grilled salmon, but it does definitely hit the spot right now. So this isn't Santa related directly, but this is Finnish, this brand Meri Mekko that I hadn't really heard or knew anything about before, but I guess apparently a lot of women are wearing bags with this patterns and stuff, and this is at the Santa Village, so not everything is actually directly Santa related. There's some other brands here too. We only have one objective remaining to mail our postcards and Christmas greetings. And one thing I wanted to point out, like, there aren't really that many people here now, and we're talking to some of the people in the shops, and they were saying that, like, before COVID, there are much bigger crowds in the summer, but there's still big crowds in the winter. And one thing I think, like, there's a lot of stuff, or maybe not a lot, but some things that seem to be kind of closed in the summer that might be open in the winter, like other attractions. Maybe there's other performers, like this is Mrs. Claus's house. And this might sound like a strange comparison, but we were both in Kiev, Ukraine before, and we went to this corruption museum, this house of the former ousted president Lukashenko of Ukraine. And it kind of looked a little bit like this, maybe.
Yeah,
like, I think
they said they designed it after a Finnish cottage of sorts.
Yeah, so I think probably Lukashenko was living better than Mrs. Santa Claus is living, so maybe she should talk to Santa about that problem. We have our last goal to achieve in order to get to the bus on time, and here is an actual real functioning post office north of the Arctic Circle. I'm not sure if this is the only one or something, but anyways, it is actually functioning, and you can mail stuff. The address will be from like the north, from the Arctic Circle or something like that, and you can have some special letters sent to kids on Christmas, I think for like €8.50. Yeah, here it's saying that if you send something here, then you're going to get a special stamp on the Arctic Circle postmark that's not used anywhere else in the world. And this is for the Christmas mail. If you want something to arrive exactly on Christmas, you send it here. Workers have elf hats, and we're going to be sitting down and finishing the postcards. Here are letters to Santa Claus, and it says about 500,000 letters from 200 countries are sent to this main post office every year. So I think here's a sampling of just some of the letters that have been sent, and we even have like Isle of Man. I don't know what this is in English, but Guernsey. Guernsey? What is that in
British island.
British island? Okay. Yeah, Peru, Puerto Rico, Qatar, Canada spelled with a K.
Three letters from Santa.
Napapiri.
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 So you gotta get that little napapiri.
We're waiting for the bus now, and we can see the sign. We're going to get the 16:15 one, and you got to be careful because it's an entire hour between each time that they arrive. Seems like the price can be anything. So it was $360 each for a total of $720 on the way back. So it's very different. Goodbye, Santa Claus Village. So what do you think about the Santa Village? What are your thoughts?
Shop till you drop.
Yeah. The Santa Village is the most capitalistic place I've ever seen. And that's not to say that's a bad thing necessarily, but you spend money, lots and lots and lots of gift shops. And one thing that made me think actually that it might be also more interesting in winter is that there's all these things like these excursions to these, like, what was this, like looking for like Northern Lights, or the other things like riding on some ski-doos? What was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
There's some vehicles you ride on, I think, so.
Oh, snowmobiles.
Yeah, snowmobiles. So now the appeal, of course, is we have Midnight Sun. I'll show a little bit of that later. But we're going to do some last things around the downtown, and we got to make our way back to Poland, go to the airport. We have a 5:30 a.m. flight. It's going to be not so fun, right? So this is what I remember from my previous trip to Helsinki, just like tons and tons and tons of gambling everywhere. The country seemed like a big casino. And in Helsinki, it's not like that anymore, but it seems like in Rovaniemi, there's still this sort of stuff in some of the supermarkets. So why is the difference? Why not Helsinki anymore, but here it still is like that? In downtown Rovaniemi, here's Santa number 3, in case you don't want to make it to the Santa Village. Next, we have COVID-19 testing, but 9 lives brand. Kind of sounds like it's for cats or something like that. So you can go find a mall Santa in there. In the New York City of Lapland, we of course have an Irish pub. And better than the Irish pub, so this is something I saw really cool from far away even. It's a giant polar bear. But what does a giant polar bear say? Give me ice, ice, baby, and even quotes Vanilla Ice. So it's in no ways trying to hide the amazing source of the Iceman. It is 12:20 a.m. right now, and since it's July in Rovaniemi, we have midnight sun, so we have all this sort of brightness to deal with in the sky. And when the taxi comes at 4 a.m. to take us to the airport, which is going to be awful, by the way, it's still going to be light. In fact, it's probably going to be even lighter. We'll see what happens. So I'm really not adjusted to this. I'm not used to, my body usually says, okay, well, now it's dark. It's about this time. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to show around the hotel and what we're actually staying in. So this is the main hotel right here, but we're staying in some apartments in the back. I'm learning the hard way that there's a lot of mosquitoes around the Arctic Circle, and there's also these little tiny black bugs that just like get on you and stay there, and I think they might start biting you, but I'm not sure if you don't move around. If you move, you're fine. Typical backyard in Rovaniemi. And so we have some apartments here that we're staying in that are associated with the hotel, and we are paying 47 euros a night off season. It's definitely not the tourist season now, and they're not that great. I'll show you. I'll show it in a minute. We're in Pura 3, but we have a just in case something bad happens to one of us, there's a hearse parked right next door. So we're up here, and the problem is the weather's kind of okay out here now, but it is sweltering hot inside, and if we keep it open, mosquitoes come in, like lots and lots of mosquitoes. Yeah, I can tell it's like really, really hot now since I walked in. And yeah, it was much worse the past couple days. We're finally getting okay weather. So let's just give a little tour of the interesting things about this place. So let's say you want to use the bathroom sink. Oh, that came off. Oops. So we gotta get it back on somehow. It took me a couple minutes. I got it back on. There's some sort of way you gotta really use it. You want to sit on here, there's a good chance you can slide off. We got a little kitchen, that's useful. Okay, and I'm not going to just make fun of the place because there's some other kind of neat stuff. So you want to dry your dishes when you wash them in terms of saving space. This just goes right through and falls in the sink. So I think that's pretty nice. And we have fridge. Pretty much no Wi-Fi. We can't reach the hotel Wi-Fi, or only very briefly. And look how kind of quaint and old looking this is. I want to mention that as much as this is 47 euros a day, they wanted to charge 15 euros a night to have a towel. So just be prepared if you get a comment. So this is kind of an interesting place where we can take our showers, because we have a changing room, even though this is going to be just for one person. And in here, we toilet, shower, which is what I care about, and then out of order, we have, can I turn the light on? Maybe I need to use my flashlight. We have sauna. I don't like the sauna, but a lot of Finnish people do. 4 a.m. Way to the airport, so ready?
Well, this is heavy lift
Yeah,
for her.
We're at the airport, and look at that bright 4 a.m. sun. Just never went down. It's kind of cold. I mean, we had a lot of really hot weather, so it's finally not so bad. Rovaniemi Airport. Excited? Exactly. We got, I don't know, hour, maybe 2 asleep. I'm not really sure. Something like that. So I don't know. I don't really feel like showing the Helsinki airport. I already did this. If you're in Rovaniemi and you're waiting, you can get some geisha. A little strange, not sure what that is. And just to show one last kind of interesting thing over here. Yeah, just in case anyone's curious, here's Rovaniemi Airport empty at 4:30 a.m. And this is the official airline of Santa Claus. Not sure how they got that stamp. So anyways, usual, like, comment, subscribe, all this sort of stuff. And I have no idea where I'm going next. We'll see, so stay tuned.